welcome to the show. My name is Princess Mahogo, and I'm so excited for you to be joining us once again. So today we have a trailblazer in the radio industry. His name is Takalane Nemangowe, famously known as TK. So he is one of South Africa's youngest station managers, and he is doing big things. So help me welcome him to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, and greetings to the audience. Thank you.
Yeah. So just to kick it off, you are one of South Africa's youngest station managers, and you are doing such big things in Alex through the station, of course. So how did this whole station manager thing come about, and how did you get to where you are now?
Well, thank you very much for the platform and the opportunity. The young part of it, I'm not sure about it anymore because I've grown, because I've been doing this for some time now.
Yeah.
But if I'm still the youngest, then it's still cool. So, well, I've always loved to be in media, and simply because I was always interested about what is happening around me growing up. I'm one person who always liked to debate at school. I've always liked to have engagements with people. So I've always been a person who likes conversations, and that's where my love for media started. And I think since growing up and wanting to be a radio presenter and having an opportunity to even study media and even finding a place like Alex FM so I can practice what I've studied and what I love is a blessing in disguise, because there's quite a lot of people who want to be something but they end up not being that thing, simply because maybe they could not go to school, or maybe their parents could not allow them, or finances could not allow them to study whatever they wanted. So me, I'm part of that small percentage of people who always wanted to be something, and they lived to be that thing as I am today. So being a station manager, I always forget that I am one until someone tells me. Because I don't know, man. It has not changed me much. It's just a formality to say, look, you have been given a task to lead this team. Because not everyone can be the station manager. Of course, there must be that one person who's going to be the accounting officer and lead the team. But I'm a team leader, I'm part of the team, and the title station manager, I'm only reminded when someone tells me about it. Yeah, sure.
So having mentioned that you are one of the youngest station managers in South Africa, how do you make sure that as much as you relate with most of your staff because of being close in age, how do you get them to respect you though? To make sure that they don't take chances just because it's like, it's just TK, he's 2 years older than me, or with the same age or something like that.
Yeah.
How do you get your staff to respect you and perform at the level that the station is performing?
Well, I think the main important aspect is to lead by example. If you want people to do or to respect you, you must respect them. Like they always say that respect is earned. If you want people to perform the duties or tasks that were given to them, you need to lead and show them accordingly that this is what must happen. Then they will people will see. So the issue of age does not really matter when coming to business. You understand? Because if we are going to dwell on the age issue, tomorrow we are going to say, no, we can't respect you because you are short. We can respect you because you are light and complete. So those things, they are just secondary issues. The primary issue is that you need to lead by example. You need to be a team leader. Hence, I said, you know what, I view myself as part of the team because I'm part of them. I don't distance myself from them because of a title. You understand? The title is just there for formalities, for me to sign certain papers and whatever, for things to happen. But I'm part of them. You understand? And luckily enough, because I was once like them, because I grew within the ranks. I was an intern, youth leader, and all those things until I got where I am. So I know how an intern thinks. I know how a volunteer that is not being paid think, because I was once there. I know how a senior presenter think. I know how a line manager, program manager think, because I was once there. Now I know how a station manager think, because I am a station manager. So that also came with a blessing, because I understand the dynamics, I understand everything that is happening here. That's why when I speak to an intern, I will be at that level that we relate and understand each other, and that person will in return do as ordered. Same applies to all other departments accordingly. So bottom line is that you become part of the team, then you lead by example, then they follow, then there will be respect, the work will be done, then you are all cool.
Do you have anybody that you look up to, either in the industry, the media industry, or just in life general? Someone who is your mentor, or just someone that you look up to?
Well, I don't have a specific person that I look up to, but yes. So I have a number of people that I live with them, and they inspire me. And people from all walks of life, not only in radio. I have friends who are lawyers, I have friends who are doctors, I have friends who are politicians. And as we engage, we inspire each other, and having them around me, these people who Bishop, SK, who Dr. Batsi, all these people, when I'm around them, I get very inspired, and we channel each other, because I'm still young and I'm bound to make certain mistakes in life, but these people are always there for me, to channel me. I also channel them, because it's a two-way street. So I do have a group of people, men and women, who are assisting me, and we're assisting each other.
Okay, and then what kind of relationship do you have with your staff, just your whole staff in general, starting from the cleaners all the way up to your best performing radio personality? What kind of a relationship do you have with them, and how do you maintain that?
Sure. They are all best performing, by the way. We don't keep underperforming people here.
Yeah.
From the cleaner to the last person, they're like this. Look, I have a very good relationship with my staff, because, when I'm alone, I view myself, I lead a team of about 52 people here, all in all. So when I'm alone, I view myself as a father to these people, irrespective of age difference and whatsoever. I view myself as the head of the family. And as a parent or a head of a family, you need to have a very good relationship with your kids for them to grow nicely, inspired, and do good in life. So that's the kind of relationship I have with my staff. 52 of them, I have individual relationship. And you said personal. No, not personal.
No,
no, individual relationship, but you get the point.
I get you.
Yeah, that personal one-on-one relationship. I don't let people in groups and stuff. I know this one's weakness, strength. I know, I can tell you when you come that today you are not fine. I will pick it up, because like your parent will always pick it up that today there's something happening.
People have different personalities, so you need to engage with them.
So I have a very good relationship with my staff, and I maintain it by keeping conversation going and being an open person. And anyone can approach me at any given time. They don't feel like some formal thing to do or to contemplate. Growing up at school, when you have to go to the staff room, you have to practice first.
Yes.
No, so with me, there's no that element. So it's a free flow. Yes, that's the kind of relationship I have with
You mentioned that you have a father-like relationship with them. I know that you are a father in your life. You have kids. So what lessons would you like your kids to learn from you in terms of how you are leading and work, and how you are at home? What lessons would you like your kids to grasp from you?
Yeah, well, I think one thing that I want my kids, which I'm already training them, is to be independent thinkers, to believe in themselves. And I always build their confidence at all given time. I always encourage them, even where they cannot, but I make sure that I encourage them. I'm their biggest fan, I'm their support structure. So one thing that I think they can take from me is to be independent and believe in themselves, and that's what I'm always when I have an opportunity to trying to instill in them. And if people they say me I'm great, I don't think they're ready for my voice. No, I don't think they're ready for my voice. Their fire is coming. I can assure you. I'm telling you, their fire is coming. Those boys, man, they are me times 20, and I'm proud of them.
So nice.
Yeah.
So that's your daddy saying that to you when you're watching this in a couple of years' time, when you've grown to understand. Since you've been in the station for so long, what are some of the projects that you've been involved in that you're so excited about? Some of the projects that you've been involved in, and some of the projects that you still want to do with the community, Alex community that's surrounding the station, or in the country as a whole? What are some of the projects that you have developed?
Yeah, well, one thing that I like about my job, especially at the community level, is that we are in touch with the community that we serve. So if there's one thing that has always excited me was giving opportunity to fellow young people, was being there to train people, seeing people progress in life through the skills that I've transferred to them. You understand? So I've always been passionate about helping the next person. And when we're at a community level like this, we're at a point where we are transferring skills over, giving opportunities to fellow young people in our community for them to be better people and go and practice whatever that we've taught them at the mainstream and bigger stations and bigger media platforms. So that's one thing that is close to my heart, training fellow young people from our community and giving them a platform, and also forging partnerships with strategic partners like your Boston Media House, your Damelin. As a station manager, I was able to forge partnership with those kind of higher learning institutions to give, formal education to my staff so that I empower them. Even at the local level where we forge a relationship with your driving schools, it can sound small, but I mean, not everyone can just walk in and say, I'm giving you a license or an opportunity to do a license. So through those kind of relationships that we have with our local businesses, we're able to come up with projects where we assist staff members who are part of Alex FM to get their learners, their driver's licenses, and also to go to school, so that even tomorrow when they leave Alex FM, they can point and say, look, I was part of that project and assisted me to be a better person. Look, today I have a degree, I have a license, whatever that we gave them. So those are some of the things that we've been engaged in. But there's quite a number of projects that some I cannot even think from the top of my head now. But I mean, this is my 5th year as the station manager. So we've done a lot of things, from outreach programs to put parcels, workshops, everything that people can think of, we have done and we're still going to do.
I know that sadly last year you lost a couple of your staff members, particularly newsreaders. How did that affect you guys as a station and as a whole, and how did you move from that?
Yeah, well, we're very much affected because it is not easy to lose one of you, and we can be ready for anything in life, but we are never prepared to accept or live to accept that we have lost one of us. So it was a very difficult period for us because we lost 3 of our colleagues from our news department, and they passed on very suddenly, and it created a panic, to most of us. But through the grace of God, we've managed to pull through, and we continue to honor them. We continue to say their souls must rest in peace. We have named 3 of our studios after them in their legacy.
And where do you see the station in the next 5 years, since it's doing so well, as we can see some of the awards that you guys have gotten? Where do you see the station in the next 5 years, and what would you guys be doing differently?
Yeah.
Better?
Yes. Well, I think because time moves very fast. In the next 5 years, which is maybe in a few weeks' time now, because time moves fast, we would really like to see the station being a developmental institution formally. So we would like to create or establish an academy, Alex FM Academy, where we take all these aspiring presenters from the community and surrounding. We give them platform, but also give them formal training through the station, so that when we are going to absorb them into our programming, into our structures, they've received that kind of formal education or training, but through the station. So those are some of the plans that we have in the pipeline. And of course, we want to strengthen our strategic relationship with the corporate world. We want to be, they want to bridge the gap between the rich, Sandton, and the poor this side. So we want to penetrate Sandton to come in and invest in the community of Alexandra for the betterment of our people, but through the station, because we view ourselves as a vehicle of change that the people want to see. So we're going to position ourselves strategically to go in there, in Sandton and in the corporate world, to grasp whatever that is there and divert the investments to Alex, so the people of Alex can be fine.
What have been some of your biggest achievements as TK, not as the station manager of Alex FM, just as TK? What have been some of your biggest achievements that when you look back, you're like,
I think for as long as since I've been alive, I've always been a person working for the community and for the people. So that question is very much difficult, because it's only now I'm thinking, what have I achieved as me? So I've devoted myself to the people. So to a point that I even forgot about me. So my achievements, I don't know, I've achieved a lot collectively. I guess also individually would be a point that I've managed to grow within the ranks and be where I am, and I'm the longest serving station manager of Alex FM. You get my point. So I think that's an achievement on its own, because my previous leaders, they came and went, but now I'm the longest serving. Surely there is something that I'm slightly doing correct. So that can be an achievement. And I've also launched an organization in 2018 September called South African Community Radio Organization, SACRO. So SACRO is a body for all community radio stations in the country. So far we have representation in all the provinces, and we have 74 stations, Alex FM being part of the stations that subscribe to SACRO. I'm the founder of SACRO, and I'm the current CEO of that organization. So we lobby for these stations, we support them, we speak for them, we protect them. We're more like a union for stations. So I'm national. That's an achievement from where I was, where I am. Then now I'm national, meaning I'm the station manager general for all those 74 community radio stations in the country. Thank
you. So since you are in radio, you listen to music a lot when you are here, I should presume. What are some of your top African artists, 5 for me, that you really love listening to their music?
You'll be very shocked. I'm not into music. I listen to everything, but music is not my thing. Even when I was still a presenter, I'm so into politics. I love politics. I'm one person. I'm a presenter who were doing current affairs, news, talk shows. But now I'm one person that appreciate all the African music. I love my music. I'm from Limpopo. I love Kimunada.
Yeah.
too much. Even now, coming to work, I was listening to him. Of recent, there's Makazi, he's doing very well.
Yes.
I love her energy. So that's the kind of music I listen to. But generally, anything that plays and has, because I'm a very active person and I can dance. That's another thing. Yes, I'm a very good
Never
dancer.
seen that.
No, I'm always dancing.
By the way, I used to intern at Alex FM. I've never seen him
No, I
do
don't
one
dance-
move.
no, I don't
but
dance
we
at
shall
work.
leave it there.
No, I don't dance at work. You must see me in my private space. There I can move.
Hey,
Very energetic.
TK.
I'm telling you,
When
I can
Nana-
move. So I listen to anything that is a beat that moves me. I go with the flow.
True African men.
Yeah.
So just lastly, what would your advice be to all the young people that look up to you as a young station manager who's obviously gone through the ranks and they're like, I want to be where TK is one day, or I would love to follow in his footsteps or in his path, something like that. So
Sure.
what would your advice be to that young person who's watching, specifically also to the young people in Alex, since they are nearer to the
Yeah.
station?
Well, my advice to young people is that you need to believe in yourself and do not let your background or where you're coming from determine where you're going. If you were to check where I'm coming from, I'm not even from Alex, and I'm not even apologetic about that.
Yeah.
But I always knew what I wanted in life, and life got me here, and I moved like I'm moving from here. So if you want to be something, you must start living like that thing today. If you want to be a policeman, you must start behaving like one today. I'm not saying you must go around arresting people as yet, but you cannot say you want to be a police person. The next thing we are told that you are caught stealing. What? No. If you want to be a nurse as a young person, be inspired, be clean, be neat, because you want to be. You understand? If you want to be a mechanic, know all these kind of cars. If you want to be a radio presenter, listen to the radio, know these people, follow them, read. Do your own show in your own space, because that's where you want to start living. Don't wait for the day they say, no, or move. No. If you want to be something, my advice to you, start being that thing now. Then you're gone.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Always a
It
pleasure.
was an honor to have you on the show. That was TK, Alex FM Station Manager, and thank you so much for being on the show. We really enjoyed having you. So guys, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. We'll leave the information at the end of the show with regards to TK's social media platforms, where you can go follow him and contact him, and also Alex FM Station online platforms. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.